Hi everyone, I'm Sophie, and today I'm going to explain to you how conjunctions work in the English language. This lesson was made by Sabah Ali, so I want to take the time to thank this person for making these wonderful slides, and let's get into it. By the end of this video or lesson, you, a learner of any age or level, will be able to understand and use basic conjunctions, and, but, or, because, or so, to join ideas clearly in sentences. Using conjunctions can improve your English fluency. Let's connect our ideas and expressions with conjunctions. So what are conjunctions? A conjunction is a word that joins other words or ideas. Think of it as a bridge in a sentence. So, with a yellow highlighter, I'll show you where the conjunctions are in the examples. I like tea and coffee. She is tired, but she's happy. As a tip to anyone learning English with this video, I would say that the hardest part to overcome in the beginning is that the conjunctions have the same function, but they don't all have the same meaning. When we use and, we're trying to include another thing in a sequence. So imagine if and wasn't there at all, and we put this X over it. If I said, I like tea coffee, that doesn't make any sense. That's where and comes in. It includes our idea. But and doesn't mean the same thing as but. I just used it right now. She is tired, but she's happy. Grammatically, but is making a difference between two ideas. But in the case of this sentence, it's probably to reassure the person that we're speaking to. She's tired, but she's happy. She's gonna be okay. That's definitely a great example of how conjunctions can better clarify how we or someone else is feeling. So here are the big 5 conjunctions. These 5 words, you'll see them repeatedly used by English speakers, in English books, and etc. So the first is and. I read books and write poems. But he is short but strong. So you can see again how there's already a difference or a contradiction being made in the sentence. Or coffee or tea. It's giving choices. Because I stayed home because it was raining. We use because to give an explanation or to make clear something. So, she was late, so we started without her. So can also be used for an explanation. Alright, so now I invite you to build your own sentence with conjunctions. The more you write in English, the more you'll actually begin to think in your target language and therefore be able to speak it more easily. So pause the video and take a look at the words on the left. Unpause the video when you've finished. For this next activity, spot the conjunction. You have to remember that conjunctions are meant to help nouns. They go side by side and should be together in a sentence. So just as a reminder, things like dogs would be a noun. A noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. So pause the video just like we did last time and think to yourself which sentence in a conjunction correctly. Unpause the videos once you're ready to see the answers. Number 1 is incorrect because there's no noun or thing that follows. It just says, I like dogs and what? If you said this in real life, the person you'd be speaking to might be a bit confused. Number 2 is correct. Singing and dancing aren't exactly the same thing, and therefore, that's how we know that we can use but. It creates a new perspective and a bit of a helpful contradiction. Number 3 is correct. Because is being used as an explanation. Because the sun was bright, I wore sunglasses. You could also say since, as because isn't always used in the beginning of a sentence, at least when you're writing. when you're speaking, it's probably fine. Number 4 is not correct. He eats pizza or loves ice cream. It sounds almost like a fragmentary sentence when this idea is incomplete. He eats pizza could be left alone fine as a sentence, at least a short one. But since we're not really being presented with choices, it doesn't make sense because these are two statements, not two options. And lastly, number 5, which reads, "It was cold, so I wore a jacket," is correct. So, much like because, is giving an explanation. Since the speaker was cold, they decided to use a jacket.